Yeah, hey everybody. This is March 23rd, 2025. I about to wrap up the weekend. It's Sunday night and back for a little diary action here. I feel like this week was a weird week because I had this overwhelming feeling that I've been aware of having for a while, but it hit particularly hard this week for some reason. That was basically feeling like you had a really busy week while also feeling like you did nothing. um, I wonder how many people out there can relate to that. Um, and for me, I feel like this problem particularly highlights a need to basically journal slash collect my thoughts, ensure that I'm reflecting. I do feel like the busier I get, one of the first things that I first established habits that I cease to do is, well, when I say established, a habit that I feel like on an average week I would do, but on a very busy week I wouldn't. The one of those habits is journaling. So I have been journaling more this year than I ever have in my entire life, but I guess now I understand the importance of journaling. So now when I don't do it, I probably am more easily able to understand the impact that it's having. Um, and so maybe that's something you guys can relate to as well. Like once you kind of see it, once you know, whether it's journaling or just any other thing, it's impossible to like unsee, right? Um, So I guess in the midst of a very busy week, I guess I just want to ensure for myself, I might even include it in my schedule, set aside time and energy to reflect. I think yoga serves as like the physical check-in. It lets you kind of check in on your mind as well, but I feel like it's kind of like, hey body, how you doing? That for me is like physical. Yoga is like the physical version of journaling. Is how I see it. Um, So for me, I proudly do yoga like 6 7 days a week now. Pretty much every day is what I'm trying to say, and that alone has been very helpful. I'm trying to be more mindful of what I put inside my body and what I eat. I'm kidding, little sex joke there. Um, but yeah, just in general, trying to kind of have a better idea of how much caffeine I'm intaking, how many calories, just like I'm going to be trialing intermittent fasting just because it helps me to know, like, hey, there's no choice. After 8 p.m., you're done eating. For me, it's not a matter of, um, like, how much do I believe in intermittent fasting as a whole? It's more like a matter of removing the choice paralysis of what time of day I'm eating and acknowledging, like, maybe I'm eating empty calories that I don't need past 8 p.m. And there's the only way to know is how I feel in the morning, how I feel when I go to sleep. That's something I'm going to be trying. I just feel like, I want to add some restraints on my life. I do feel like finding the balance between restraints and basically self-granted freedoms, I feel like is a very delicate balance. I think as a kid we all dream like when I become an adult, I can do whatever I want whenever I want. I can eat whatever I want whenever I want. And I guess I don't think this is something I've really discussed on here before, is that I think being an adult is choosing when you do what you want and like getting to choose what you want basically. I think giving yourself the choice to do anything whenever you want leads to a bunch of willpower fatigue. And yeah, choice paralysis. You're basically choosing between, do I do something productive or fun? Do I eat something healthy or unhealthy? Do I eat something at all? Do I go to the gym? Do I spend time with friends? You know, and for me, it's become much clearer that having kind of general days, most days of the week, like 5 or 6, I want to have pretty strict, like, this is what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, but I chose these things. It also, I feel like, allows you to more easily self-correct when there's something wrong. You know, you can feel like, oh, I feel like my Mondays are too busy, so I should remove one of those things. Or I feel like my weeks are too busy, or I don't have enough reset time on the weekends, or I don't have enough time for friends, or I'm spending too much time with friends, or I feel like it's much easier once you have like a more laid out schedule, as I accidentally rip out my headphones. Um, but yeah, so I just feel like this week has been a lot about that being like the sinking feeling that I've had all week, which is, wow, I had such a busy week, but wow, I also feel like I didn't do anything. So that was kind of the guiding force of what I reflected on this weekend. And yeah, journaling is going to be the way that I approach that. You know, one thing I like to do is just note changes that I made in my life. So the last 2 weeks, we actually started doing viewer games on the stream to end the week. And I initially had a lot of anxiety and like concern that kind of like taps into the parasocial relationship of being a streamer and like being anxious and having to kind of like entertain people. But what I realized is it's just like being around your friends. You actually just need to be yourself and have a good time. And if you do that, other people will have a good time. Have I mentioned I'm an anxious person? Yeah. Still working on that. It is getting better though. But yeah, so it turns out that those viewer games have actually been a fucking blast. Seems like not only myself is having fun, but everyone in the games is having fun and putting a little bit more life in the Discord. You know, if you are watching this, please come join the Discord if you're not already. Love to have you guys there. You can find it in my Twitch channel. If you're not sure, you can always come ask. And also check out my website, bsjdodo.com. I just recently added a monthly podcast section to that. That I'm pretty excited about, I would say. It's basically going to serve as an archive for myself, similar to what these are. Kind of reflect on things that meant a lot to me at the time. And also kind of serves as a way to hold myself accountable to, you know, self-improve and all that. It's not that I really need that, but it's also a way that, like, I already believe that I will do things that are self-improvement based, but it kind of synergizes with this week's concept of serves as another way to document, to reflect, to gain mindfulness about what exactly I'm working on and what matters to me at the time. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing this week. Leaving for Raleigh in 2 weeks, so have 2 more weeks of normalcy, quote unquote. I did spend a large amount of time on buying suits last weekend before my last episode. I don't even know if I mentioned it. Pretty excited about that. I got 4 really nice new suits. They're not here yet, but they should be here before Raleigh. Fingers crossed. So I'm looking forward to kind of like having spent time and money on myself, taking care of myself, and doing things that I know will pay off. So a little bit of combination of the health stuff as well as just self-love, self-care, things that I know matter to me, things that are kind of in the back of my mind. You should be doing those things. You should do that for yourself. You've thought about this for a long time. And I'm trying better to just not ignore that voice, basically. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I almost said like, comment, subscribe, because that's what I normally do in my YouTube sign-offs. I almost said it. That's not why we're here. I do appreciate everyone who tunes into these and listens, though. So, March 23rd, BSJ 2025, signing out. Future BSJ. I love you, buddy. Yep.